This episode of the Coat Check contains coarse language, obscene themes, and other generally naughty things. Viewer discretion is advised. Alright, so the thing about Batman, right? What's cool about his villains is that they all represent different aspects of his personality. So, like, the Penguin is him coming to terms with his life growing up in wealth and affluence. The Riddler is how he's so clever, but almost too clever, and it keeps him from identifying with other people. Two-Face is his obvious duality between his rich playboy status and his crime fighter. And so on in that fashion. And the reason I say this is because if any kids are watching, they are now asleep. Parents, you're welcome. Yeah, you ready? Mower's back, baby. Welcome to the Coat Check. Ron, the theme. Alright, we're just starting. Hello, everybody! Mower's back!
Yay.
I'm Jeremy Mower.
I'm Tom Dominkovich.
And this is the Coat Check. The 8th episode? I don't know. You're keeping count, right?
This is the 9th episode.
9th episode.
Ooh.
Who cares?
I cares.
Oh, boy. So, here we are. It's January. It's an incredibly frigid day at the end of January. So, naturally, I only choose the closet during the worst weather possible.
Mm-hmm.
What'd I miss, Tom?
Well, we had Crockett in here.
Yeah, you know how normally, even if your farts are bad, you can handle them because it's your own smell?
Mm-hmm.
And I think he did a pretty good job answering the questions.
He absolutely did.
Yeah, and that's what I've been up to.
Tom, so we all listened to that episode 8, Crockett Hates Tom.
So I guess we're done. Okay.
What'd you learn about being in the hosting chair?
It's pretty difficult.
It is, isn't it?
Yep, it is.
Because you have to sustain things. You have to, start the conversations.
Yeah, we all know I'm a quiet guy, so it's a little difficult, but I think we made it work.
You know, if there was one thing to make me come back from 7 months of not recording this show, that episode was the perfect thing.
Yeah.
Thank you, though, for the 3 separate conversations about pooping. I really feel like that was to the benefit of our audience of 2.
There were only 2 stories about poop.
There was you
2.
asking Crockett why he's so stinky.
Yeah.
There was you asking Crockett what his most embarrassing poop story is.
Mm-hmm.
And then you voluntarily telling your most embarrassing poop story.
I didn't tell my most embarrassing poop story.
Didn't you?
No.
Fuck.
Well, that's what I'll come
Thanks for listening, guys.
So, yeah, I'm back.
Yay.
We're doing this on Thursday night because literally no other time of the week works for us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, have I missed anything?
No.
All right. Yep.
Okay.
Closet's still the same?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta forgive me. I'm knocking the rust off.
Yeah. Dusting off the cobwebs.
That was me yawning and stretching in the intro. I am certain that everyone will understand that the first go around.
I don't think they will because it's going to sound like you're trying to poop.
Yeah, it really did. I was stretching. You could see me pantomiming
I could see you stretching and yawning, but it's, you could also make those noises when you're trying to release a stinky load.
I
Like
am
a good visual gag for an audio podcast.
Also, not much point to me stretching in the most crowded room in your house, Ron. Thank you for stating that. But we're back. We're back, the two of us in the closet together.
Yay, it's great. It's a good time.
You and me in the closet. Did you miss me?
I did.
Ah, thanks, buddy.
Sort of. For the most part, I did.
What's with the qualifier?
Qualifier?
Yeah, what's with the qualifier? God, that's hard to say.
Qualifier?
What's with the qualifier? It's hard to say the phrase.
Oh, okay. Speaking of phrases.
This is such useless garbage.
It is. So, why don't we just jump into one of our segments?
Well, hold on. I just want to explain first.
Okay.
So, this podcast started off as the concept was we would take popular things that we hate and defend that position, theoretically against the other person. Tom, how many options did you present for this podcast?
How many options? Not many.
Not many.
Not many.
You're not a hateful guy.
Not much, no.
You
Not as much as
like
you are.
things. Well, that was a given.
Yeah.
That's why I was okay with the concept. It's like, you're asking me to rant about shit I don't like for, however long. Sign me up. So we've ditched that concept.
Right.
Instead, we're going with where the clear money is, which is asking people random questions.
Everyone loves it.
Everyone loves it, and it's much more applicable. This is going to be a far more marketable coat check. We're really thinking about our branding here. You still got to make your top 5 movies that are 7 movies, and I believe one of them is a question marks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that this format's going to work a lot better.
Yes, me too.
Because it doesn't require you to have opinions.
It really doesn't. Just answer some questions. Answer some silly questions. That's pretty cool.
So listen, if anyone would like to be on the podcast and have a bunch of questions launched at you like, I don't know, a potato out of a potato gun.
Huh?
Thank you. Email us at our email. Let's see. What's our email again? I haven't been in it for like 7 months.
I hate this stupid podcast at gmail.com.
That's right. Okay. So, with that out of the way, Tom, which segment do you want to get into first?
Let's open up the mailbag.
All right. Ron, hit the mailbag music.
Wait, oh yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman.
That was
That
beautiful.
Works. That works.
All right. So, Tom, before your last episode with Crockett, I gave you the password to the email.
You sure did.
You haven't abused it, have you?
No, not at all. I don't go on it. Ever.
All right. Okay, fair enough. So I didn't see any emails coming in. I'm curious why you said the mailbag segment, so I'm curious to see what you do here.
Yeah, we don't have any mail, guys. I guess we could close up the mailbag.
All right, let's close up the mailbag. Ron, hit the theme.
I closed it.
Oh,
God damn it, Ron.
We had something. My bad.
No one's emailing because we've alienated what few people were listening to this thing. But it's okay. New format, new year, new start, baby. All right, on to the next segment then.
Okay.
This is Wedding Watch 2018. Till Dominkovic do us part. Tom,
Yeah.
how's the wedding prep going?
That's great. We did our registry at Target a couple weeks ago, and I'll tell you, that shit sucked.
Really?
That shit was boring as hell, dude. I don't like shopping. I don't like going out and doing things. So doing that, it was just so stupid.
If ever you wanted something that's on brand for this podcast, the phrase, I don't like going out and doing things is perfect.
I don't. I would have much rather been staying inside watching Simpsons or fucking whatever, but I was just so bored. And I'd say about 60% of the things on that registry are snacks and junk food.
Yeah, I was about to say, because you can have some fun with the registry.
Put some Legos on there, put Red Dead Redemption 2 on there.
Exactly.
Madden 19.
You know,
you'll see what happens.
In lieu of a honeymoon, just get like $500 of Xbox bucks.
Yeah, do that. We booked the hotel for our honeymoon. We're going to be going to Disney World for 5 days.
That's fantastic.
It's going to be great.
Have you ever been to Disney World before?
Oh, yeah, it's a fun time.
What's your favorite thing about it?
Favorite thing?
It's Epcot, isn't it?
No, Epcot. No, that shit was boring. It's like, I don't care about these countries. That's not cool. Give me a hamburger.
Yeah, go to hell, Belgium.
Morocco, get out of here. I'd have to say it was probably the Toy Story little shooting thing that they
Yes! Oh my god, that was going to be my answer too. You got the Buzz Lightyear ride.
Yeah, dude.
Where you've got the little gun and you can shoot at different targets.
Which
and
is-
it broke down when I was in there.
I did? Oh, that sucks.
So we couldn't shoot at shit.
Damn.
Like a technician came in and said, hey guys, like he just walked down the fiery path and went, hey guys, sorry, this is going to take a minute. We're having some technical difficulties.
Bummer.
And that wouldn't let us shoot at anything else. But it was still fun.
It's a
while
good
it
time.
lasted.
Yeah, Disney World's a good time.
That's fantastic. Now, have you started the save the date process?
We're not doing save the dates. Instead, we're just going to be mailing out invitations.
I mean, you want people to remember to take the time off, though.
Yeah, we can send out invitations, not too far off in the future. It's the same thing as a save the date.
I don't know. I feel like it doesn't count.
It counts. Save the date's a waste of paper.
Bridge and I sent out save the dates.
I know, I remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Think you're tough?
I'm saying it was a good idea. It was classy.
Want a shot at the champ?
What you don't, first of all, I'm the champ.
You're the
Secondly,
okay, let's keep.
Secondly,
all right, keep going.
It was a very classy move, and your problem is you're devoid of class.
Me?
You Baltimore living motherfucker.
Devoid of class. I wouldn't say that's true at all.
What's the classiest thing you've done in the last month?
Last month, I helped a cat out of a burning building.
You're lying.
No, I'm not. It happened. No, I didn't do anything. No, nothing that comes to. You know how bad my memory is. I don't
First of all,
remember what
what's
happened
your
last
definition of classy?
week.
Because what you described was like,
Heroic.
what's something heroic that you've done?
Okay, something classy I've done. I told a kid to stay in school. That's classy.
I mean, really, the classiest people would be like, schools for the rubes.
No, you got to tell a kid to stay in school. It's great. It makes you feel funny. Stay in school, kid.
How old was the kid?
I don't know.
It was me.
It was our producer, Ron, at his most vulnerable point. He's like this close to dropping out of school.
Yeah.
And Tom, you descended like a beautiful goateed angel.
He's always telling me to stay hydrated. I'm always telling him
Gotta
to stay in school.
hydrated, my dude.
Yeah, that sounds so tedious
No, it doesn't.
as relationships go.
I'm
All right,
sure.
so you're registered at Target.
Yep.
You've got a bunch of junk food on the registry.
You betcha.
Let's see. Do you have colors that you're going with for your wedding?
Yes, and you're going to really like this.
All right, shoot.
Light purple and black.
Light purple and black.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a good color combo for me. Is it significant to something?
Well, the color of the Baltimore Ravens is also purple and black.
Yeah, but it's not light purple.
No, it can be if he has those color rush jerseys on.
Those weren't like light purple.
Yeah, they were.
Like, I own a light purple button-up shirt that I will wear.
You will wear?
I will totally wear it.
Okay.
I am still invited to this thing, right?
Yeah, you can go.
I still have to get my paperwork in to be the officiant.
Oh, I wanted to speak to you about that. Yeah, we're not going to do that.
What? Oh, no.
We're going to go with a professional.
Tom, you're breaking my heart.
You didn't really think I'd let you give out your fucking hate speech in front of my friends and
I wasn't
family.
going to do hate speech this time.
I don't believe you. No, we're going with a professional.
Oh.
This way, now you don't have to worry about anything. You should be thanking me.
This whole podcast is ruined now.
It's been ruined since episode 1.
Are you for matricide?
Like, you've been on my ass about how I can't be here because I've got a kid that I have to watch.
Yeah, it's not my fault you have a kid.
I'm sorry that kid's not school age, or else you could tell her to stay in school.
Yeah. Well, bring Sammy by. I'll tell her to stay in school.
Anyway, we've gotten slightly off track. Hey, people, you've got Tom's full name. You've got access to the Target website. Let's all buy shit for Tom.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
You know what? Not even stuff that he requested. Let's get him, like, some throw pillows and some wicker baskets and the sort of stuff that you're supposed to register for.
Who needs a wicker basket?
So many people. You gotta, have you watched Marie Kondo? You really gotta, it's not only tidying up of the house, it's tidying up of the soul.
I think that'll do it for Wedding Watch.
This has been Wedding Watch 2018. Till Dominkovich do us part. Oh, you're sounding more like Smoke on the Water. All right, it's time to get to the meat of the show. Tom.
Yep.
Today's guest.
Uh-huh.
It's me.
Jeremy Mower, how you feeling today, buddy?
I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
Last time we did this, we had a giant bullhorn.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we're going with that today. I don't think we are.
No. It's a little much. Take my word for it. It's a little
bad.
much.
Hey,
I
Ron,
felt bad about it. I
can
was
we
thinking
not
I
do
would try
that?
to go with the shock collar
Uh-huh.
or maybe a vibrator of some sort.
Okay.
So that Ron has the remote outside. Like, the remote is an important part. Like,
Right.
Ron wouldn't come in here to, best not go down that road. But we'll keep to the original format. You've got 10 questions for me.
Uh-huh.
We're going to dedicate, what did we agree on, 3 minutes apiece?
3 minutes a pop?
3 minutes a pop. So these questions could be anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very proud of you for getting 10.
Yeah, I can think of 10 questions. You remember working with me? I asked questions
you couldn't
all
think
day.
of 3 things you didn't like.
What?
You couldn't think of 3 things you didn't like for the original concept of the show.
I thought of plenty. You just didn't like them.
All right, I'm sorry that we didn't do an episode on, God, what were some of the more ridiculous ones?
People who telling him to smile.
Oh, yeah, there's that
People
one.
who keep telling me to smile.
I think it's rude. Anyways.
Of course, everyone thinks it's rude. That's the point.
No, I think it's rude when people tell me and enforce their positivity on me. That's not cool. That's
everyone
rude.
agrees on that.
It's rude.
No one wants to be told to. You know what? It's fine. That concept's dead.
That's
It's
done.
in the ground. It's gone cold at this point.
Yep.
So,
Uh-huh.
get good and loosened up. All right, Tom Dominkovich, I'm going to treat every question as seriously as possible.
Okay.
Nothing's off the table.
Uh-huh. Oh.
I am. Yeah, you've got a drink on there.
Because we have a table in here. That's pretty funny.
And I will inevitably spill that drink,
Don't.
as is the custom of
This
the
is
show.
my good bottle. Don't do that.
All right, you ready to get started?
Ready when you are, dude.
Let's do this. Question 1.
Question 1. Bridget asked me to tell me about the Little League record.
Oh, okay. I didn't think she would ask about something she already knew about. So I was a bit of a phenom in Southborough Youth Baseball.
Baseball!
In one of my last years in the league, I was on a winless team that finally won a game while I was at my grandmother's funeral. And also, I got one good hit that season, and it was shortly after being in a rear-end accident. So that gives you the sort of tenor of my baseball career. I kept being told that I had to do it, so I kept doing it. And there was one year where our team won the Southborough Championship, actually won the regional championship. And my contribution is that, and I'm pretty sure this is still the case for Southborough, I had the most hit by pitches in a single season.
Okay.
Not counting the ones in practice, of which there were several, I was hit by a thrown ball 13 different times over the course of that season. That's my contribution. I'm like Barry Bonds if Barry Bonds never intended to swing. He just was like, I'm going to get hit by this thing. Here we go. There was one game where I kept swinging the bat, like the championship game, and I always struck out. I am awful at baseball. I have no illusions about that. But I was a long kid, and every time I would swing the bat, the catcher's mitt would get in the way, which means that's interference, which means I get to go to first base. It's the first time that happened. It's like, oh, cool, I got on base. And the second time, it's like, all right. By the fifth time it happened, I'm like, seriously, we can just keep this at bat going. Like, I don't want to keep doing this. The kid was near tears. So that would be my Southborough Youth baseball story.
Okay, but it's not like you were intentionally getting over the plate and getting hit by the pitch so you
No.
can go to first base.
No,
You're not-
after a while, I was so terrified of getting hit by the ball, I was actively looking to avoid it, and I still got pegged. Do you ever play Little League?
I play Little League a little bit, yeah.
What position did you play?
First base.
First base.
Uh-huh.
They always put the good hitter on first base.
I guess.
You know where I was? Second base and right field. That's where they put the kid who does not know what the fuck they are doing.
Mm-hmm.
Worst hitter, worst runner. I've been told I look very weird when I run. I don't know in what way. My father wouldn't specify. But
Your dad told you that you run.
yes, he did. All right, so that's our cue to move on to question number 2.
Question 2. Say you're stranded on an island with a DVD player and a TV. What are the 3 movies that you bring to that island?
I mean, how do I get power for the DVD player and the TV?
Just answer the question.
Do I have, like, the AV cables and things
Just,
like that?
just say you have a generator.
All right, let's see. What are my 3 movies that I would bring to watch for all eternity?
Mm-hmm.
I would probably say The Royal Tenenbaums
Good choice.
would be one of them. A very funny movie, a lot of interesting directorial choices. Let's see. I want to say The Dark Knight, because I am a Bat fan.
Right.
I am a Batman fan.
Bat fan.
Bat fan, man.
Bat.
But the writing in The Dark Knight is such shit. So I don't know if after like 2 days on the island, I'd be screaming at the TV, "We get it! It's a dichotomy of good versus evil in humanity's heart!" And I'm just like trying to drown myself in the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
So put that one on the maybe pile.
Okay.
Let's see. I don't remember many movies.
Mm-hmm.
There are so few movies that I'm like, ooh, I want to watch that again. I will say, The Godfather Parts 1 and 2, if those are on TV, it's like, well, I am watching that.
Mm-hmm.
The only other movie I can think of in that scenario is Jim Carrey's The Mask,
Right.
where at one point, Bridget and I were getting ready for my little brother's first communion. Very big deal in the family. I was never religious, but he is in the church.
Mm-hmm.
And we're getting ready, and I'm like, all right, I'm just going to put TV on while we get ready. And Jim Carrey's The Mask is on.
Mm-hmm.
I might have floated the idea to my wife, then girlfriend, maybe we skip the first communion because I forgot how good this movie is. The guy who plays the cop in The Mask, I believe his name's Peter Riggert. He is in another movie called Local Hero that not many people know about. It's a fantastic movie. It's definitely certainly in my top 10, maybe my top 5. I would likely bring that as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, it's hard to knock it down to 3.
So no Big Lebowski?
I don't think so. If I want a whimsical comedy, I'm going to go with Royal Tenenbaums over Big Lebowski. They fill very similar needs.
Yeah, that's true.
There are so many. You can only bring 3, and you're going to be watching them until you starve to
Who are
death.
you to doubt El Dandy? Because this guy's a serious professional.
That was like 4 clips.
No? Okay, okay, Rod.
All right. Yeah, just edit out this part, and you can edit it correctly.
He's going to leave it in.
All right, Tom, question number 4.
3. Favorite Crockett moment?
Oh, now I get to do a favorite Crockett moment?
We'll jab at him, even though he's probably not going to listen to this episode.
Jesus, favorite Crockett moment. I don't know how you choose.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I would say, it's a group moment. but the fact that several people at work decided that they wanted to go to Cleveland, a beautiful city. Who wouldn't want to go to Cleveland? And he was part of that group and elected to go. The manager at work called these people and said, actually, we're really busy. We need you to come in. They had called out sick. So one of them had to say, I'm sorry, we're driving to Cleveland. We can't come into work today. No one lost their jobs, but people were disciplined, including Crockett, who I believe was told that as a result of being disciplined, he was going to lose one shift a week, to which he said very diplomatically to our manager at the time, fuck you, amongst other things, actually left the store while swearing, and wasn't penalized for it. At one point, he was bitten by a pet rat, and rather than take him, go to the hospital and get it treated, someone at that site had a surgical stapler, so he just stapled the wound shut. It obviously got infected, and he would eagerly show me the wound at various intervals each day and be like, hey, Mower, look at this. Which might not be my favorite Crockett story, but it's my most Crockett story.
That's a definite Crockett story. He's like the king of infections.
He really is. He's got a serious gift for infection.
Oh, yeah.
At one point, we were trying to get him to play a video game, Metal Gear Solid 3. I had just played Metal Gear Solid 2. This was, every so often I try to come up with nice ideas for things me and my friends can do.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, hey, I'll play this video game that I've never played before. You guys can watch and make fun of me, which they did a lot.
Right.
And then after this is done, Crockett, you can play this game. He got into the intro, and he stayed in the intro for a very long time. Because rather than progressing through the story and trying to beat the game, he was very angry at the crocodiles in the game and wanted to take it out on them first with bullets and then a knife. Finally, he ass backwards happened upon the intro to the game where it's a theme song, and he realized that, hey, if you press a button during the theme song, it'll just go, Snake Eater. So he just kept hitting it over and over and over again, and it just kept going, snake, 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 snake. And as this is happening, I'm aghast because I've played this game and I adored it. And this guy's just fucking dicking around, doing whatever he wants. That's not how you enjoy things.
Brett screwed Brett.
I don't know any of these references, and it's bugging me.
Next question.
Okay. In episode 1, you're doing an intro and you mentioned how you pooped yourself at a Little League game.
Not a Little League game. I
Oh.
never said that.
You did say that.
Soiling himself during a neighborhood wiffle ball game
It
at
was during a wiffle ball game.
the age
boy.
of 7.
All right, so I'm 7 years old,
Tell me about it.
okay? I live on a cul-de-sac in Marlboro, Round Top Road. Beautiful, beautiful little neighborhood. And a bunch of the kids are playing up at the end of the cul-de-sac because you don't have to worry about cars coming through there.
Right.
We're all playing wiffle ball. And, of course, nature calls. But I'm like, I'm going to hold it for a bit because I'm having a lot of fun and I don't want to go all the way back to the house.
Right.
So I hold it for a bit, and then I hold it for a little bit longer. Eventually, it becomes really bad. I'm like, okay, now it's urgent. I need to go.
Right.
So I start slowly walking back to the house. And I basically get to the stairs. Stairs are bad in this situation.
Gotcha.
I just destroy. I wear tighty whities at this point. They catch it all like a diaper.
Yeah, they do.
But I've got an underwear full of shit.
Right.
Now, my parents, I want to be careful here because they're both still alive. They were conventional parents, traditional parents, known to slight bouts of intense emotion. How's that?
Okay.
So I knew that if I told anyone what I had done, I was going to be in big trouble. So I snuck to the bathroom. I took off my underwear, and I took the underwear and I hid it in the towel closet, the linen closet, like down on the ground where no one could see it. And I'm like, okay, this is my grandmaster plan. When no one else is around, I'm going to throw the underwear away. Except I'm 7 years old.
Right.
So I forget about the underwear. And like 2 weeks later, I'm just in my room, like reading a book. And my dad comes in and just starts smacking me. And I'm like, the hell did I do? And he's like, do you have any idea how sick people can get from this? That is my poop story. Questions?
I don't have any questions. You just, you answered it.
I too am
great.
human. If you prick me, I do bleed. If you leave me out in the middle of the summer sun after eating, I'm guessing, a slightly expired tuna fish sandwich, I will soil myself. And I did, and I have all right, I do have regrets, but
Yeah.
but
Everyone
not
has
about the way I handled things.
Yeah.
Hold 1, arm drag. Hold 2, arm bar.
Oh, God, I love that reference.
I don't get it.
It's Chris Jericho was arguing he was the man of 1,001 holds to counter Dean Malenko's claim that he's the man of 1,000 holds. So he holds the show hostage just listing holds off of a list. It's really funny. You'd have to see it.
Okay.
All right.
I'm not going to. Question 5. What is your least favorite phrase? One phrase that people say that just like really gets under your skin. Like it can be something like cray cray or fucking anything that these wacky kids are saying these days. But what is your least favorite phrase of all time?
Let's see. I know I've gone into my hatred for people singing along to Sweet Caroline in the past.
Yeah.
Which also applies to Margaritaville.
Yeah.
Let's see. A phrase that I absolutely cannot stand. Working in groceries, we're pretty busy.
Right.
And what people will always say is, at least it makes the time fly by.
Mm-hmm.
This
Right.
is categorically not true.
It's not true.
Having a shitload of things to do at your place of work does not make time go faster.
Nope.
It makes things more urgent. It makes anxious people more anxious, of which I am a member of that group. But that's not how temporal physics work. Instead, you're just being an asshole and taking up more time that other people are gathering. I'm getting myself worked up. I cannot stand when people say that. Or the other one is when people look around and go, it's busy in here. Like, no shit. No one else can see the 500 people that are crowded onto this train car or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, there sure is a lot of traffic. We're not fucking moving. Yeah, I know there's a lot of traffic. Other than that, I'd have to say most of your catchphrases.
Oh, come on. My catchphrase is rock.
Like, the fact that that is what you have parlayed into this podcast experience, like, gotta kick it here, gotta toast it, do you have what it takes? You know, the usual cliches.
Yeah. You don't like those?
No.
All right, well, fuck you. I'd have to say one of my least favorite phrases, like, gotta do right by God. I don't know why. I just think that's such an overly dramatic thing to say. Gotta do right by blank. Do right by my son.
Gotta do right by your girl.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think it's, like, such an overly dramatic thing to say. Oh,
Yeah, I don't know if
lame.
that's something that's, like, an old phrase that has just gotten transferred through,
Right.
or if it's just someone worded it really weird the first time. And everyone else is like, man, you know, that doesn't make sense, right? Yeah, let's see. Anytime someone says it's in God's plan,
Oh, yeah.
infuriates me.
Yeah, that's lame.
Because it never comes from anything good.
No.
Not like, hey, you won $1 million. It was clearly in God's plan. Instead, it's like, hey, your pet dog got run over by the same car 3 different times. Like he turned around and did it again.
Yeah.
Well, it must have been in God's plan. If God planned this, the fuck?
Fuck.
Oh,
Nice.
God.
Hey, get a nice shot of the brand new Mr. and Mrs. Hunter Hurst Helmsley.
That one was a date rape allegory. Anyway, question 6.
This question is from Lizzie Walsman. What would you eat for your last meal if you were on death row?
My answer has always traditionally been an all-you-can-eat buffet. Because then it's like, as soon as you're full, be like, hold on, I'm just making room.
Yeah. Jeez. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, no one ever does.
No.
Let's see. If I was to have a meal for my last meal, I love so many foods. This is really hard to say.
Yeah.
Food is just a spiritual experience for me. I consider myself to be something of a super taster. Like, I've got a very sensitive palate, which is why coffee is trash to me.
Uh-huh.
I think what it would be is a roast beef sandwich with Asiago cheese, cooked panini style, horseradish sauce. Very important. Have that, and you got to have lettuce on there as well. Very important. But you put it on after so that it doesn't wilt too much.
Yep.
Have that with a nice glass of Coke, big glass of Coke, and let's see, I'm trying to figure out what I would do for a side. What's my favorite snack?
Chips Ahoy.
Never been a Chips Ahoy person.
Oh, okay.
I love golden Oreos.
Yeah.
But I don't think that goes with this meal. I need something like saltier. You know what? I would want like movie theater popcorn. Just like a little bowl of it on the side.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's what comes to mind.
That's a good one. That's a good
Right.
one. Yeah. All right. Well,
It's very simple, but I think that it works.
Right.
You're asking good questions. I have to say, credit where credit's due. And I know that one was Lizzie.
That was Lizzie's.
But this is a good list. You're getting me to think.
Yeah. Except for, all the dead space that Ron's going to have to edit out. But I'm pretty
That
sure
was only on that one question.
Oh, there's been a good bit.
There have been a few dead pauses.
Right.
It's like if you were hosting the podcast, like that's how that would turn out, is a lot of dead pauses.
Yeah, you're funny.
I am.
You're a funny guy.
I'm just saying, I listened to it on edited so that edited out all the silence, and we were done in 20 minutes with that episode. It flew by. Let's see. I'm trying to think about what else I could possibly choose for this.
You could always just skip to the next question.
I kind of don't want to. Food is very important to me.
Sure. Tell me about it.
I hate you. I hate
Oh, looks like
you.
that time is up.
I hate your hat. I hate your t-shirts. I hate your wristbands. I hate your shoes. I hate your music. I hate the C Nation. I hate everything that you stand for.
I did not plan for that to be next. That was crazy.
Who was that? CM Punk?
I don't know.
All right.
Okay.
Question 7.
Question 7. What is your proudest moment? And you can't say having Sammy or getting married. Your proudest, is it when you lost your virginity at age 24?
It is when there have been a few instances where I have done something so clumsy and so stupid that the fact that I managed to salvage it at all, I see as proof of me being a god. So, for example, if you've seen the cart corrals at supermarkets, right? They're these 2 horizontal bars, just a little gate, a little fence that's meant to keep things together. At one point, I was climbing over one of those as part of my duty, and my back leg tripped. And I should have face planted on the ground in front of all these people, but somehow I got my feet out in front of me and stuck my hands out like I was a gymnast, and I should have gotten 10s all around. The other one being when I dropped a wine bottle like a doofus, but I caught it with my foot, and my instinct was to look around, and I found a customer, and I said, "You saw that, right?" And they went, "Yeah." And I'm like, good, because this is as good as it gets for me.
I do
It
that.
is all downhill from here.
I do the exact same thing. I look around, it's like, did anyone see that? And like, yeah, someone just like, I immediately like make eye contact. I'm like, yes, you saw that. You know you saw that.
I would say when friend of the show, or at least acquaintance of the show, he probably would hate this show if he listened, but Spencer went, when he told me basically he conceded that I was good at fantasy football and that he respects me because that is my one hobby at this point. That was a good deal of pride for me. And being able to surpass him was even better.
Right. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I came in second. I was
so.
pretty proud of coming in second.
You did.
I came in second.
I was really pulling for you to win because that was the year Spencer won.
Yeah, he did win.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I got robbed.
You did. I'm sorry, buddy.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Let's see. I just want to hold off until the next alarm because I want to see what wrestling reference it is.
Right.
Yeah, I tend not to be proud of moments, is the thing.
Yeah.
I see it as me screwing up or me just managing to avoid screwing up. And that's part of my thing. Like, I know you and Crockett talked about my anxiety at work and how built up I can get.
Yeah.
And that's very much a self-esteem thing for me.
Oh.
And I often don't believe that I'm capable of good, of doing good things, of having any sort of skill. For a while...
Three, the moss-covered, three-handled family graduncle.
He is continuing to read the list. Okay.
Right.
Enough emotional stuff.
Yeah.
Question 8.
Question 8. Would you rather go to prison for 5 months or live in a dumpster for a year?
Prison for 5 months.
I'm talking
in a heartbeat.
like full on fucking pound me in the ass
We're going to
prison.
federal pound me in the ass prison.
I would find a way to survive.
Yeah.
If I have to be a prison bitch, I'm fine with that. Because here's the thing. If you're living in the dumpster for a year,
Right.
that means 110 degrees in July and your skin's just goddamn melting to the metal, you're there.
Right.
Day like today, where it's barely even 0 degrees and it's snowing and icing and everything sucks, you're in the dumpster.
Right.
People walk by, you're in the dumpster. I would rather go to prison and then try to get a job coming out of prison than I would live in a dumpster.
Okay.
As a homeless person, I would rather literally sleep on the sidewalk than be in a dumpster.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you make it sound like that prison doesn't sound that bad, but at the same time, when you get there, like, oh, prison's pretty bad.
Oh, no, prison's shit.
Yeah, it's got to be bad.
And there's a good chance that I die there. I mean,
There's a very good chance.
a guy comes in talking like me, like, oh, hello, gentlemen. Mind if I join in your game of baseball? I'll be shivved on day 2, but if I'm shivved on day 2, I don't have to live in a dumpster for a year.
That's a good point. That's a hot take, Mower. That's a hot
The
take.
dumpster's the thing that's hot in the summer.
In the summer, yeah.
God, the smells. Think about the smells that would be involved there.
Not too good.
No.
Mm-mm.
Like, oh, God.
What do you think prison smells like?
I figure it smells similar to a hospital.
Yeah.
Like just sort of that stale antiseptic smell where they're just trying to make sure that no one's getting infected by anything and everyone's a little close to death, but no one wants to admit it. You know,
Yeah.
that sort of smell.
Okay, I getcha. I
Yeah.
getcha.
And then a lot of guys working out.
Mm-hmm.
But they take showers. That
Yeah.
much I've seen in films.
They have definitely taken showers.
Yeah.
We've seen that much.
What do you think I'd go to jail for?
Embezzlement.
God, no one would ever trust me with their money. I would never be able to reach the heights
Well, I can't.
necessary
I
for
can't.
embezzlement.
I can only see you doing like a white collar crime sort of thing. I can't see you like like robbing or like murdering people.
I don't know.
or
Vehicular
arson or anything.
manslaughter seems like it's well in my my bailiwick.
Oh yeah, because you get in accidents all the time.
Yeah, I'm a terrible driver.
Oh boy.
Or like perjury, something like that.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, oh, I can get away with this lie in front of a jury I've sworn to tell the truth in front of.
Right.
Does that count as white collar?
It's me, Austin! It's me, Austin!
It was me all along!
Me all along, Austin!
You are dying.
We're almost done, though. So we got question 9. Number
Question 9. Number 9. Number 9.
The worst part of having long hair. Now, I remember you with the long hair. I also had the long hair going on. What would you say is the absolute worst thing about having long hair?
I don't get how so many people, especially women, have long hair.
I don't get it either, dude.
Because as someone who works an active physical job, or at least has to move during the course of the day, even with my hair at the length it is right now, and I'd say charitably this is like, 5 inches, 4 inches?
Mm-hmm. Give or take.
It is getting in my eyes fucking constantly.
Yep.
I constantly have to get it out of there, and it's maddening. When I had long hair, I wore headbands.
Headband. Yeah.
Because it was the only way to stay sane.
False.
Every woman who has more than a pixie cut, I am amazed that I don't see them just constantly going poof, poof, poof,
Yeah.
and just constantly getting the hair out of their faces.
Well, they do the head flip, the...
Yeah. Like, I've been doing that a lot, and I feel like because here's the thing. I let my hair grow out, hoping it would be like a little natural pompadour and look very slick.
Right.
And instead, I failed to realize that hair has weight. Mm-hmm. So it's just sort of fallen over and made me look like... I don't know what the lead guy of Maroon 5 looks like, but I'm going to say like him.
No, you don't look like that.
No.
No, he's got a very nice haircut.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
I'm uglier than Maroon 5.
Well, he's a handsome guy. Yeah. You've seen him. You've seen the lead singer of Maroon 5, whatever his fucking name is.
I could not pick him out of a lineup, I promise you.
All right.
I'm completely unhip, which is part of having long hair. I'll also say I had long hair after the 2016 election and went into a gas station to refill on gas and get trash bags, things like that, where everyone was very much celebrating the Trump victory.
Right.
And let me tell you, you do not want to be a guy with shoulder-length hair wearing a hot pink headband walking into that situation because everyone was being really rowdy and just talking about how amazing it was.
Yeah.
And then I come up to the register and everyone was silent.
Silent, yeah.
And I went, hey, how's it going? And no one responded.
Ooh.
So I knew it was me.
Right.
And I did vote for Hillary. I'd do it again. But
I would too, but it doesn't fucking matter what we vote for.
none of it matters.
It doesn't fucking matter.
God. Politics will have to be like its own episode or something. I don't know.
I don't want to dive into that, to be honest. I mean...
Apathy is the first step to tyranny. So.
Just when they think they got the answers, I change the questions.
All right. Do you know who that was?
I don't.
Rowdy Roddy Piper.
Rowdy Piper?
One of these days, we should have watched the Royal Rumble together.
No, we shouldn't have.
Maybe
I don't
we'll
get
watch
what
Money in
you
the
don't
Bank.
understand. I don't like wrestling. I don't want to see it. I don't want to watch wrestling with you or anybody. I don't want that. Get it out of your head. Question 10.
I bet you'd enjoy it.
Speaking of wrestling, question 10. Favorite wrestler, favorite wrestling storyline.
Oh, my God.
This is a question actually asked by Ronald Rucci. This is his idea.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ron.
Hey.
God. My favorite wrestling storyline was definitely the pipe bomb. The concept being, so you had John Cena, who's like the face of the company, the golden boy. He's been winning for years. He's had their title forever.
Right.
And then you have CM Punk, who came from the independent scene. He worked out of Chicago. He's, prides himself on being straight edge. He's a smaller guy. Mm-hmm. So they're doing a feud, and everything seems normal. At the end of one night, CM Punk comes out and attacks Cena. He goes up the ramp, and instead of walking to the back, fade to credits, he sits cross-legged at the top of the ramp with a microphone. And he's wearing an Austin 316 shirt, which is a little weird. Mm-hmm. And he proceeds to drop this promo that it's called a worked shoot, the idea being that it seems like he's just going out on his own and no one has any clearance for this and he's just talking about stuff. So he talks about how John Cena isn't the best. He's just the best at kissing Vince McMahon's ass and how screwed the company is when Vince's dumbass daughter and son-in-law take over. And, he's talking about how his contract's up in 2 months and he'll go wrestle in some other, and he starts mentioning other federations. It was fantastic. And the storyline from that point on, he wound up winning, and it was amazing. But, he wound up inspiring the return of WWE ice cream popsicles. He did a lot of great work at that point. It was one of the best things I've seen out of wrestling. Favorite wrestler? For a while, it would have been Kevin Nash, Diesel. Big, 7-foot-tall, featured in The Longest Yard, Grandma's Boy.
NWO.
And yes, he was one of the members of the NWO. Because he was the first wrestler I'd ever seen. My parents didn't let me watch wrestling when I was a kid.
Yeah, same here.
So when I was 9, I went over to a neighbor's house and finally got to watch it. He was champion at the time, and he beat a guy in 5 seconds, and I was inspired. Now, that guy was a jobber, someone whose job is entirely to lose.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know that at the time. That said, with the benefit of history, it's Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels he's not the strongest, he doesn't take the biggest risks, he's not the best on the microphone, but his sheer charisma and his sheer physicality. If you watch a Shawn Michaels match, if you ask me, Mower, show me one single one-on-one match to make me like wrestling, I would almost certainly go with a Shawn Michaels match.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels, that's the guy that would kick the chin?
Yeah, sweet chin music.
Sweet chin music.
A super kick, which is my favorite finishing move, I would say. My favorite signature move is the super kick because it can literally come out of nowhere.
I have to announce to you that I will never retire. I did it for
I did it for you, Rock. I even recognized the one that came at the end.
Those are all the questions I got for you, buddy.
Well, how do you feel like this went?
I think it was great. Thank you for being a guest on the show.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime.
It's fun, right? Answering questions.
I'd say so.
It's good.
I like to talk about myself.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
And I don't often get the opportunity to do that. So
yeah.
I
it gave you a good platform to do so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is there anything I want to plug since I am the guest and all?
Oh, one thing I wanted to mention. I know we don't have any emails, but we did have some comments made by one of our coat friends, Dexter King.
How's Dexter doing?
Oh, he's great. He's wonderful. He's like the coolest dude in the whole universe. So he commented on our SoundCloud episode 8, Crockett Hates Questions.
You can comment.
Yeah, you can comment on him.
Shit.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. But I want to give him a shout out for commenting and being such a great coat friend.
What did he say?
I don't remember.
Wow.
Yeah. But he said something.
Well, thank you very much, Dexter. And listen, if anyone else wants to come on the show, we're recording now on Thursday nights. So if you're available for a Thursday night recording, email us at ihatethestupidpodcast@gmail.com. We'll take anyone. We're desperate. It's fine. We don't even know why we're doing this anymore. We're just terrified that if we stop, we'll drop dead there on the spot. And my baby needs a daddy. And this podcast needs a pod daddy.
Oh, we're not doing that.
We're totally doing that.
You're editing it. Please edit
Ron
that out.
is now pod daddy to the Coat Check podcast. Let it be known. So yeah, email us with your questions. Email us with, if you're willing to come on, email us for any reason.
Yeah,
you want to just check and see how we're doing?
Just say hi.
If you want to sign us up for Target rewards or something, okay, we're there for it.
We'll give you some airtime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say, Tom?
Legalize it.
Hey, the
There it
old
is.
catchphrase.
There it is.
Folks, thank you for listening to the Coat Check. I hope that you've all learned a little part about me, that you've all been inside me just a little. Because that's what this world is about.
Welcome back, Mower.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Coat Check. I'm Jeremy Mower.
I'm Tom Dominkovich.
And you know what? What the hell? Legalize it, folks. Hit the theme. flame over.
Okay. All right, we're good. Rock and roll.
I think it was good. I think it was a slam dunk.
As always, like, I feel like, it wasn't quite good, but I know that when we hear it, it's gonna be amazing.
Don't forget your cups and your bottles and your shit.
Oh shit, I spilled.
I kind of want to borrow this 311 box set.